The only real competition that matters is you versus you. Focus on self-discipline, daily habits, and personal responsibility, and your results will transform. Jim Rohn organizes this talk with a clear rhetorical arc, powerful opening line, designed to trigger reflection. You pursue. That is the ultimate battle. Diagnosis: why people fail, comparison, lack of daily structure, excuses, principles, self-discipline, small daily improvements, accountability, tactics, concrete practice and routines, motivational growth, an urgent call to take action today. This five-step progression is one of Ron's trademarks. He starts philosophical but ends practical. Personal responsibility. Uh, First is idea. Change begins when you stop blaming the economy, your boss, or your luck. Why? Responsibility brings control. Excuses take it away. And practice, switch to responsibility language. Instead of I can't or it's not my fault, ask what can I do differently today? Well, small daily improvements, the 1% rule. First, this is the idea. You don't need radical change. You need consistency. Small wins compound. For example, reading, reading 15 minutes a day might be feel trivial, but it adds up to dozens of books a year. Underlying principle habits compound like interest, quietly, powerfully over time. All right. And for other point important is discipline, the muscle behind success. The idea is simple. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is structural. How to build it? Create rituals, fixed morning or night hours for focused work. Start with short 35-45 minutes window and grow train gradually. The key is discipline. Is the discipline is not intensity. It's repetition. Well, the power of mentorship and influence. The idea is the right mentor can redefine your limits. For example, Ron often refers his own mentor, Earl Shoas, who told him, if you want things to change, you have to change. Simple as that. The application is seek mentors or role models, not to copy, but to accelerate your own learning curve. Um, the importance of planning a review. The idea is weekly reflection is the background of, of self-improvement. Practice is basically dedicated to 2-3 hours each weekend to plan the week, review progress, and reset goals. Wrong often called this is Sunday philosophy time. Beware the busy trap. The idea is that is being busy is not equal to being productive. The practice in this case is identify the 20% of activity that drive 80% of results. The Pareto rule. One tip is if something doesn't bring long-term value, delegate or delete it. That's simple as that. Um, Other point is lifelong learning, the habit of progress. The idea is personal growth is a daily discipline. How to add that every 30 minutes per day. Listen to educational content during routine tasks, take notes, and teach what you learn. Teaching reinforces retention. The attitude is practical optimism. The idea is that is that it stays productive and positive, but not delusional, right? How to build that? Rephrase challenge as learning opportunities. Start the day with movement or gratitude and avoid victim-based language.
Action. Action is with, for example, start small, start now. The final measure is that is don't wait for the perfect condition.
Take one small, measurable action today. Even 20 focused minutes count. All right. For example, work 20 minutes without interruption on one key project. Ron's entire philosophy is built on immediate and repeatable action. Other point is important is memorable quote to keep in mind. You versus you. That is the ultimate battle. If you want your result to get better, you have to get better. This short phrase encapsulates the speech sense.
Self-responsibility and growth is very important at points. Why rhetoric works? First, first reason is simplicity and repetition. What does it mean? Short, rhythmic phrase make ideas stick. Uh, Number two is personal storytelling. For example, credibility built through lived experience. Number three is call to action. For example, clear, is accessible advice, read every day, plan your week, train time to week in the gym. Next is balance. He mixed mindset and method, philosophy and practice. And finally is powerful metaphors like interest compound and inner battle. Emotionally accessible yet local. Well, in this case, I have a constructive critic. What works extremely well? Timeless principle, uh, responsibility, possibility, consistency, and daily action. Universal appeal, anyone can apply it regardless of background. Memorable phrasing, concise, repeatable, shareable. What could be improved? For example, lack of scientific depth. In this case, Ron's teaching predate modern behavioral science. He relies on logic and anecdote, not data, supplementing with modern research, information, neuroscience of self-control, the strangers, the argument, context knows his ideas assume some level of stability. Individuals in crisis may need structural support first. Metrics. In this case, he emphasizes daily action but doesn't provide a detailed metric system. Another reader might benefit from specific tracking tools or KPIs. Overall philosophy is equal to timeless and method is equal to need personalization. Okay, and finally we will talk about two 90-day action framework. Applying speech. Phase zero preparation. First, pick two areas to improve. Sample full focus and reading. Set micro goals. 20 minutes daily reading to 30 to 30 25 minutes Pomodoro blocks of focused work. Okay. Este, so reserve weekly 90-minute review block. Uh, Days one. Well, first, the next phase is day one to day 30. In this case, is build consistency. How? Write down your goals and commitment. Track every day with a simple X mark to up. And finally, in these cases, reflect weekly. What worked, what didn't, is the what did. And first, the third is days 31 to 60, optimize in this case. If your address rate is early to 80%, increase difficulty slightly. More 10 minutes reading in this case, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and 1 hour. Add accountability, tell a friend, join a group, and finally, days 61 to day 90. Scale up. Lock your habits into permanent time slot, morning and evening. Measure visible results, books finished, projects advanced, distractions reduced. Plan the next quarter with data-driven adjustments. That's how you turn philosophy into system until Ron will fully approve of. Yes. And finally, the core message of focus on your everyday isn't a temporary motivational rush. It's a lifetime blueprint. Ron doesn't promise overnight success. He offers a philosophy grounded in discipline, reflection, and
Consistent action. The world changed, but this truth doesn't resemble the greatest leverage you have in yourself. If you take one step every day, one small action aligned with your values, your trajectory shifts permanently. Growth is not about speed, it's about direction. Thanks.